What up, gang? What up? Welcome back to the Week 7 recap of Predict the Script. I am your boy, Jay Yes. And we had an even week this week. We are 2-2. We went 2-2 this week on our picks. And we're going to talk about them. We're going to get through them. First, I'll ask you guys to please show some support. Hit that like button. It costs you nothing to hit the like button. All right. I want to shout out the new subscribers, shout out my old subscribers, shout out my family, my friends, those who support, those who are just coming in. Welcome to the Rigged Report, where the world is a stage, but we still trying to get paid. We got to make some money out this madness. Bills still are due. You feel me? So with that said, we're going to get through this week recap. We're going to start Thursday night with the icy hot bowl, as they call it, the Bengay Bowl, the retirement party. All right, we had the Steelers at the Bengals. Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco, the two oldest quarterbacks in the league. And they had a shootout. No defense. Bengals get the win, 33-31. Bengals cover as an underdog. I don't know, man. I kind of felt it in the air. Especially, the Bengals just received Flacco the week before so fast, and he started 3-4 days after being sent there, and they look bad. But as I said, I'm like, they have nowhere to go but up. If they just get dragged by the Steelers, what they going to do now? Zach Taylor, that was their answer. So something had to give. So the Bengals got the win. Joe Flacco looked good. 342 yards, 3 touchdowns. Steelers defense just fell off the map for one game. I don't know what happened. And, they balled out. They needed a big win. They did, because they've been looking bad. Zach Taylor ready to get fired. In my opinion, I don't think they're looking to fire him, but he don't do nothing but lie and get his quarterbacks hurt. So Chase looked good, 161 yards, 16 receptions. He was getting a lot of targets, What can I say, Bengals got to win one. They were about due, though, so big up the Bengals from getting a one with Joe Flacco. We'll see how they do next week with that one. And we're moving on. All right, let's get to London first. The Rams mollywopped the Jaguars 35-7. A nice old school ass whooping. When you tell somebody, yo, it's me and you after school, 3 o'clock. Meet me by the playground. And the guy's scared. And he's like hiding in detention and shit. So you got to go look in there and actually drag his ass, make sure he comes outside. And he's real scared, but you just whoop on him anyway. That's kind of what happened in London. Rams, no Puka needed. Going into the bye, 35-7, just whooped ass. Whoop ass on the Jaguars. They covered the 3. They didn't even need the 3. I told you I didn't want no parts of that game. Both teams, equal records. It was hard to predict. But we see what happened. The Rams got it done. They're on their way moving. Jaguars got backed up a little bit, turned into the real Jags all of a sudden. And they took the loss. They put up 1 touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, 48 pass attempts. Yikes. 23 of 48. Yikes. Did have 296 yards. But that's Trevor Lawrence for you. This is what we've been saying. You can say whatever about the defense. You're not going nowhere unless your quarterback is decent. And he does not play decent. He plays below average. That's all we're saying. So Rams got it done in London. They're on the bye. Jaguars on the bye. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, let's move on to the 1 o'clock slate. All right, now I'm about to get a little antsy, guys. Eagles got the win. Go Birds. Not mad they won. It's how they won that was ridiculous. Fucking Jalen Hurts, best throwing game of his fucking career, according to everybody. I predicted that Vikings would stay close and win or cover 3.5. They were down 6, had Philly 3rd and 9 with a minute and change left. You need this stop here. You have to stop, the Eagles from getting 9 yards in order to get the ball back and have a chance to come down and at least score, take the lead, whatever have you. 3rd and 9, they leave A.J. Brown one-on-one. No help over the top, nothing. Mind you, this is the Brian Flores defense that everyone's talking about. Leaves him one-on-one. A.J. Brown makes a little cut at the 5-yard line, and that simply stumbles the guy to where he can never get back right. And A.J. just literally trots right past the guy, wide open for the first down pass. Game over. Where was the Brian Flores defense? And passing is supposed to be his forte. Not the run defense. Passing defense. And he completely just, I guess it was in the script. Of course it was. You see the guy put no effort to even stop A.J. Brown. Just let him trot right past. He didn't even hurry up to him to try to stop him. All I'm saying is, what would you do if it's 3rd and 9, you're on A.J. Brown, the ball's in the air? Just kind of translate that. That's why we be saying this shit is rigged, because it's not that he caught it. It's that if you're professionals and you're playing your hardest to win, why did that cornerback not run to try to catch A.J. Brown or tackle him or stop the ball? The ball was hanging in the air. There was enough time. A.J. was not running fast. He was running even less fast to try to stop him. That's the fluky shit that we tired of seeing. Make it look good. You're scripted? How should we know? We should have no thoughts that this shit is scripted by the professionalism that we see on the field. But when it looked like a fucking blooper special, and he's supposed to be the best in the world, it don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Then you have pros and all that saying that they still trust Brian Flores' defense. How? How do you still trust his defense? He just showed you what his defense was capable of. His defense just allowed A.J. Brown and Devontae Adams, my boys, but you just allowed them to have almost 300 and something yards combined by the two of them alone. Left A.J. Brown wide open for the game-winning first down. And you can get on TV and still say you trust Brian Flores' defense? You out your fucking mind? I don't trust that shit no more. So anyway, Eagles got the win 28-22. They cover. I lost that pick. Birds get the win. I wanted a win-win. I wanted the Birds to win by 3 or less. But that's what happened. Hopefully, we get right on track. I wanted us to lose, honestly, so we can get rid of this OC, because to me, he's not it. But now, since they had a game and flourish, I guess we're fixed. So there shouldn't be any more when we have a bad game by the Eagles. There shouldn't be any more, what's wrong with the offensive coordinator? Y'all ain't got nothing to say now. I still don't like them, but y'all have nothing to say now. The passing game is fixed and all right? Don't go running back and saying, what's wrong with the OC and the offense is sputtered if we lose a game or two later down in the season because we didn't fix the shit when we had a chance. I don't want to hear no crying about the OC. Y'all think it's fixed? I don't. I just think the script was in for them to have a bounce back and fucking Brian Flores forgot his goddamn defensive playbook. But it is what it is. Welcome to the Rigged Report. All right, let's move on to the 1 o'clock games. The Saints lost to the Bears 26-14. The Bears covered. I had no dog in that fight. Let's see. Rattler didn't look too good. Bears coming off the bye, one of the darling teams, those and the Jaguars. Ben Johnson defense got them looking good. They covered, I believe it was 4.5, 5.5. I thought the Saints would play them a little closer. I thought all the money would be on the Bears, so the Saints would play them close. Didn't happen, but didn't put no money on it, so we didn't lose anything. Let me know if you guys bet that game, and if you want some money, you know what I mean? But Bears did their thing. They're rolling. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Chris Olave gets traded before the trade deadline. That's coming up. But nothing too much there to report. Next game that sold us up the river, the Dolphins and the Browns. I said it last week. This is the get fired game. If the Dolphins lose, Mike McDaniel should be fired. If the Dolphins win against Dillon Gabriel and the Browns, Dillon Gabriel should be fired for Shedeur Sanders. The Dolphins got blew the fuck out the water. Dog walked. 31-6. with Dylan Gabriel. It was mainly the defense and, Judkins doing all the running, but they got dog walked. Tua looked horrible. Horrible. And these motherfuckers is out here talking about they don't have any plans to bench Tua or fire Mike McDaniels. I'm not a Miami fan. If you are a Miami fan in that area, you should fucking boycott them until they get rid of that bum ass coach and that bum ass quarterback. There's no way you're not making changes with what the fuck you guys are putting on the field. What do you expect your fans to do? Show up for this shit? Are y'all going to just magically turn it around? Is it in the script for you to have a shitty half season and then the second half season you look like the fucking Bills or the fuck, What's in the script? Because where y'all at right now, there's no hope. There's no pleasing you. There's no hope for you. So what is the plan? Fire Mike McDaniels. And if you don't believe he's the problem and it's Tua, bench Tua or trade him. You can't trade him. Nobody wants him. He's already injury prone, concussion. He's not good when he's on the field. Who the fuck would want that? Maybe the Raiders because Geno is worse? Maybe the Jets because Justin Fields is somehow worse? I don't know where you go from there, but I'm sorry for you Dolphin fans that the organization is not listening to you guys and treating you like this. I'm also mad the Browns won because this is another week where we don't get to see Shedeur Sanders, and this shit is getting ridiculous now. Like, this shit makes no sense. Let me give you Dylan Gabriel's numbers in this win. 13 of 18 passes. Most of them was fucking dunks to the screen or some shit. 116 yards. Man is 5'10", 5'11". He is not the answer, bro. But because y'all hate Dion and his family so much and y'all want to make a message that y'all won't play the 6'2" quarterback who's trained in a pro offense his whole time, mentored by Tom Brady, knows how to run a pro offense, and y'all won't give him a chance? Why? I don't know about that, but Mike McDaniels need to get the fuck up out of there. Tua needs to be the fuck up out of there. It's not making sense. But Browns got their win. We're not going to cry over spilled milk. That's the two that we lost. We got the other two right, and we're going to move on. We'll see what the fuck they do next week. What the Dolphins going to do. Now, the Browns are at the Patriots. So here's my prediction. What should have happened this week is going to happen next week at Patriots. Patriots going to dog walk the shit out of the Browns. Dylan Gabriel's going to look horrible. He's going to throw 1 or 2 picks and a fumble type shit. And they have no choice but to fucking go for Shedeur, who the fans are already striking and clamoring for. I already seen some protests with signs saying play Shedeur. So we'll see what they do next week. Should be interesting. All right, moving on. The Patriots at the Titans. I thought the Titans would put up a fight being that they just got their coach fired. But apparently they are worse than we thought they were. Patriots win 31-13 in Tennessee after firing their coach. Mike McCoy didn't do shit to change the outcome of this game. Cam Ward looks bad. I know people have been, it's not him. He looks bad. He looks bad. Just me, eye test. I'd rather have Shedeur right now. I've seen less tragic from him. He looks bad. Firing the coach didn't help shit. They didn't pep the team up. Nobody was energized. They put 13 points up with the fucking dude. Defense was trash. Where do you go from here? Mike McCoy's not the answer to it. So I guess, 1-6? So they're just going to be 1-16 in position to get a new QB? Or are you going to roll with Cam Ward? Where the fuck do you go from here? That was terrible. I have no fucking idea. But Patriots covered. They're going to beat the shit out the Browns next week at home. Patriots on top of the AFC East. Drake May's looking good. Hey, the world is good in New England. Nothing to say there. All right, moving right along. The Chiefs beat the Raiders, who forgot that they had a game Sunday. 31-0. Chiefs covered the 12.5. Could have gave them fucking 20. Didn't matter. Still no Brock Bowers. Nothing to fucking talk about here. I guess the Chiefs are back. Rashid Rice got a touchdown or two. You know, all's right with the Chiefs, even though they still got no consistent running game where Patrick Mahomes has to do the better running. Raiders, you're fired. When y'all gonna fire Chip Kelly? When you gonna fire him? When you gonna fire the fucking coach, Pete Carroll? It's not looking good. When the fuck are you gonna bench Geno? He looks trash. Tom Brady, what the fuck you gonna do? This your team. You just gonna let them just keep shitting in the bed? Motherfuckers ain't even score a point. Yikes. Chiefs win. Raiders, terrible. Going into the bye. Why are these people not getting fired? I have no fucking idea. Why do you expect fans to keep putting up with this shit after 7 games of fucking garbage? It's very surprising to me. But we'll see what happens. On to the next game. Another one where motherfuckers need to be fired. The Panthers and the Jets. Panthers beat the Jets 13-6. Justin Fields, you're fired. Oh my God, bro. Everybody gave you every fucking chance in the world, bro. Give them a chance. How do you go from leaving Chicago to getting worse? How do you get worse after leaving the Bears? Somebody let me know. Bro, he's super ass. Super trash. He don't even run like he used to no more. It's over for you, Justin Fields. I'm sorry. Your career here is done. You're going to be a third string somewhere. Maybe. Until you can learn how to fucking throw and read defenses. Bro, you are fucking horrible. Tyrod Taylor, you are in. The coach, I know it's his first year. I would get the fuck rid of him. You need to just go coach defense because you don't know how to do a whole team. And then you still are non-committal against benching Justin Fields. The fucking owner, Woody, had to come out and say, yo, we're looking to Tyrod. This dude is not getting it done. His fucking QB ranking, when you're ranked as low as he is. Like, Woody had to come out and say some shit. Aaron Glenn, stand on it, man. It's time to man up. Get Justin Fields the fuck out of New York. Get him out of New York. Hey, maybe Shador is available. Just saying. Panthers win 13-6. Fucking Jets, atrocious. Nothing to fucking talk about. People need to get fired. They need to lose their fucking job. Moving on. All right, we got the Giants and the Broncos. The Giants had a heartbreak of the year against the Broncos. Broncos win 33-32. And if y'all don't think this shit is scripted, please tell me how the fuck you let a pro team who you were winning 19-0 in the fourth quarter score 33 fucking points in one quarter. 33. And win the game. 19-0. That's not out of it. You scored, 26-7. How the fuck you let them score 33 points in one quarter and win the game? You keep missing kicks. I said it when he missed the last kick to go up 2. And it's 30 seconds left, 35, some shit like that. They're done. Let them come all the way down, kick a field goal at the last minute. You can't make this shit up. You can script it up, but you can't make this shit up. Giants, Jackson Dart looked all right. Scatterbo looked all right. But you was up the whole game. Y'all let one get away. Y'all let the upset of the century. That would have been a great upset for you guys in Denver. And, the script had it for them to come all the way back. I feel sorry for those, who had money on the Giants. That was a heartbreak loss. But they did cover for those who took the Giants with the points. They covered. I mean, for what it's worth, I feel like, Giants had the best draft of the year. Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo. They're all hitting. They're all off and running. I don't know if Theo Johnson was a pick. I don't know if he was this year, but the Giants hit it out of the park. I feel like they got their pieces in place. I feel like they need another draft just to get the line together, and maybe another wideout. Let Malik Neighbors get healthy. The Giants are on their way. They got their pieces in place. That's what's important. I'm not a hater on that, but they let a bad one get away on that one. So we'll see how they rebound. They're not gonna rebound this week because we whooping ass this week. Come on. There's no listen. If fucking the Eagles lose to the Giants again, second time, which is never gonna happen in Philly, I quit the stream. No more pod. Rig report will be the fuck over. Okay? So they're gonna have to get right after next week because we're gonna whoop their ass this week. Moving right along. This one was a pretty surprising outcome. The Colts at the Chargers. The Colts were 1.5 point underdogs at the Chargers. Chargers are up and down. You don't know what Chargers team you're gonna get. They can lose to the Giants or they can come and beat KC. So you don't know what the fuck the Chargers gonna do, but they got their ass whipped 38-24. Colts came right out and just opened up the can of whoop ass. They just kept scoring. They would not stop. They're looking like they're for real. I've seen enough to see that the Colts are for real. They had to have a real road test. When they went to the Rams, they lost. Other really road game was at Tennessee. It wasn't really nothing, to judge them off of. They finally look legit. Daniel Jones is playing incredible. Shane Steichen. But yeah, Chargers up and down, roller coaster ride. How do you win 3 in a row, 3 division games in a row, looking like you're off to the races to win the division, and then you just fall off the map like this? Like, this is bad. I know y'all got little injuries, but geez, Louise, running backs are down. Khalil Mack was back. I don't know, but Colts are looking great. Jonathan Taylor up in the races for MVP the way he's playing. They're just running with it, man. Shout out to them. We'll see what happens next week. It wasn't my game. Now, let's get to some happier news. We got a win with the Cowboys. Snoop! Over the Commanders, 44-22. They doubled their score. And it was just, division game. And again, the Cowboys will lose one, win one, tie one, lose one, win one, tie one. They lost last week. So this was their time to win one before they lose another one. You know the cycle with the Cowgirls. So they got the win, though. Thankfully, we picked them. Prescott, he's out there. He's slinging it. They got Lamb back. They went right to him. The Cowboys, if they didn't have such a bad office coach and, just the whole thing about them, they'd be a pretty dangerous team. Lamb and Pickens is looking good. You got Javonte Williams is back, looking like he got some pep in his step. Ferguson, you got Dak. They just don't have a defense to mention, at all. No Jaden Daniels. He got hurt in this game. That was my quarterback in a couple fantasy leagues, so now I got to go find somebody else. He has a hamstring. We'll see if he'll play Monday against the Chiefs. Most likely not, but it's not a long-term injury, but he'll probably be down a few games again. So we'll see how they recover if Mariota can hold the ship. But Cowgirls got the win. Prescott, Lamb is back. Let's see if they can finally win one back-to-back. We'll see what they do next week. Commanders are in trouble. They got to play the Chiefs now, who seems to be back. We'll see what Jaden Daniels' health is. Debo and a lot of them. All the wideouts didn't play. McLaurin didn't play. Samuel didn't play. So we'll see if they can get their team back on track. But for the most part, we got the dub and we up out of there. You feel me? On to the next game, which I believe, one more before the Sunday night. Packers at the Cardinals. Cardinals did cover the 5.5 or 4.5. They lost by 4, 27-23. They look way better with Jacoby Brissett. I will not put Kyler Murray nowhere near a fucking offense right now. There is no way you should bring him the fuck back. I don't care what we're paying him. The key is to win games. Jacoby Brissett looks way better in that fucking offense. At least you got somebody who can see over the line. They don't have to run outside to the side to throw a fucking pass. I'm just saying. Kyler Murray's not the fucking guy. Marvin Harrison Jr. got banged up a little bit in this one too. So far, he's not the guy either. It's Trey McBride and then whoever the fuck else. Packers, they all right. That's all I can say. They not dominant to me. Micah Parsons, they all right. I don't see them like running through teams or nothing like that. They get the ugly wins. You know what I'm saying? They get it done. But they just all right. I ain't really feeling too much about them. Packers win, but the Cardinals cover. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, moving on to the Sunday night game. Falcons at 49ers. I was a little iffy on this game due to injuries and such, and the Falcons being pretenders, in which we see that they are as they lose 20-10 to Mac Jones and a lot of backups, even though McCaffrey did go off. Falcons just not there yet, man. Up and down roller coaster. 49ers seem like, they're 5-2 with all these injuries. I'm not sure how they're doing that, but Sean McVay, the Shanahan, all that tree. These boys know how to, they know how to coach some offense. So they got it done. They covered the spread, which was 2.5. They covered the spread, won on Sunday night, seeing if they're getting right. All they need to be is healthy, and they're in the race. You know what I mean? Their defense, we'll see. We'll see. Their Bosa's banged up, Warner's banged up, so we'll see how their defense keeps the ships afloat. But till then, Niners got the win. All right, the doubleheader Monday night. Lions beat the Buccaneers 24-9. Another one of Snoop's wins. So we went 2-2. I just didn't see the Lions losing back-to-back like that. They're coming out fired up. Baker having an MVP type of season. The Bucs stopped there. Mike Evans, sad to see you go, bro. Nasty injury, collarbone, might be out for the year, I believe. And then you got Ibuku's coming back and Godwin, so we'll see what Baker can do. We'll see what Baker can do. But, Mike Evans going down is pretty nasty. Lions get the job done. Gibbs goes off 136 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gibbs is the man. St. Brown does what he does. I mean, the Lions are just looking legit, man. Their defense looked good. Lions looking like, they're in the fight, man. They're going to fight every week. No surprise there. Lions get the win and the cover. They cover the 5.5. And that's about it. And the final game, Texans lose to the Seahawks 27-19. You think after the bye, the Texans was looking trash. You thought they put up more of a fight. They didn't. Seahawks covered the 3.5. And they win going into the bye, just rolling 5-2. Darnold looked like he found a home. Jackson Smith and Jigba is still that ninja. 123 yards, touchdown every week, bro. He just balls out. Balls out of control. DeMeco Ryans, man. I don't know what's going on with your brother, but it's not looking good over there at the Texans, man. Stroud looks nasty. 49 pass attempts, 23 of 49. And he only gets 229 yards. Yuck. Ah. I don't know what to tell you, man. They looking bad. It's just not what we thought. What we predicted, season to start, you thought some teams would, be in a run-in, get their shit together. Texas ain't it, And they play San Fran next week, so let's see if DeMeco can put up any fight against his old team. We shall see. But Seahawks win 27-19. They cover. Shit was just real goofy this week, Shit was just real goofy. A lot of scripts, a lot of bad plays, a lot of bad teams, a lot of coaches not getting fired, a lot of players not getting benched. Got to do better, man. We got to do better. So that's the recap of the Week 7 Predict the Script. I'll give you guys my picks Thursday coming up for Week 8 of Predict the Script. And I'm just trying to get to the win, man. I'm just trying to get to the funds because watching this shit is starting, it's just more and more less enjoyable just because of the product they putting on the field. I'm not hating because the picks didn't go my way. Put a good product on the field. Make it believable. You got 3rd and 9 with A.J. Brown right there. Double him. Zone. Put a guy on the back. I'm not even a fucking professional coach, athlete, player, or nothing. This is common sense that we know in the football world. So how is you as an NFL coach don't do it? Unless it's on purpose. So all we saying is, yeah, we was born at night. It just wasn't last night. There's no reason for you to do that and to leave him wide open, and then the effort looks sloppy. It looks sloppy. Look like there's no effort. Just make it look better. If you're going to fool me, at least give me a few drinks. At least wine and dine me. Don't just go right in with the bullshit. Like, make it look good. Damn, compliment me. Tell me my eyes look good or something. Shit. Hey, man, I don't know what to tell you, but yo, thanks for the love, guys. Subscribe, comment, holler. I hit you guys up for Predict the Script week 8. I'm out.